Hi, everybody. How you doing? I was just trying to figure out how to get my computer to tell me what time it is, um, and I can't figure it out.
Trying to figure out how to.
Sorry. So I was watching videos and looking up videos and couldn't find a video to help me. I can figure out how to. There's a toolbar on the bottom of MacBook Pros. I don't care about that thing. I talk about the top. In order to see what time it is, I have to take my mouse and shove it all the way to the top of the screen to make this top bar appear. I just want it to be there all the time. What the hell did I do to make this thing go away? I don't know. So now with my mouse all the way up there, I can see it's 8:33 Eastern, and I'm 2 minutes late starting this show. Um, I have no idea how to make it come back. It just drives me absolutely insane. But then, of course, computers drive me absolutely insane. And so when you're a YouTuber, you get driven absolutely insane all the time. And then you have the viewers, and that's another whole thing. And then you have option expiry Friday, and that's another whole thing. Option expiry Fridays are easy compared to trying to figure out how to make a time bar thing show on a computer. It's a nothing burger. Option expiry Fridays, been there, done that. How to make a computer not do stuff when you don't want it to do stuff. That's unbelievable to me. There's no such thing as a reverse thing. They say there is, but there isn't. I can't go back. I don't want to shut everything off and turn everything on. Got too many tabs going. Got too much going. I tell you, welcome to hell on earth. How you doing? Nice to see you. We're down 280 on the Dow right now with an hour to go. We're down 39 on S&P. We're down 140 on NASDAQ. This is easy. We're down 1.1 on NASDAQ, 1% on S&P. We're down 0.9 on the Dow. And we're looking at a so-so lousy opening for the day. We're at 2802 on GameStop. We're finally beginning to back off a little in the pre-market here rather than sit at 28.25 all morning. But we're only down 59 cents on GameStop. We're about $3 too high right now. But we'll see if, a sell-off kicks in first thing in the morning. We've had 18,900 trade on GameStop today. Nothing burger. Nothing going on. Oil is up 39 cents. Nothing burger there. The big story that we're watching on the equity side for stocks, Federal Express, FedEx, has indicated to the average investor just what the hell is going on that I've been trying to tell you guys now for weeks, and most of you get it. You're aware of this. You should not be surprised with the FedEx announcement that came out last night and is being talked about this morning. And that is that the FedEx package volumes are dropping. They are moving fewer packages. Unemployment is at record lows. Anybody wants a job can find a job. A lot of people working from home, shipping from home, receiving packages to their homes using FedEx and UPS and everything else. And yet, FedEx's business is backing up. And this is an absolute indication of a slowing economy, a big time slowing down in the economy. And this is red lights are flashing at the market that, hey, if FedEx's business is off, the U.S. economy is slowing up in it all over, because FedEx doesn't deal just with one sector of the economy. They don't just move letters around. They move goods, all kinds of other stuff around. Now the question is, what about Amazon? If FedEx's business is down in the package moving business, is the package moving business at Amazon backing up? Because if that's the case, then we have goods not moving as much, items that are being purchased on Amazon. If Amazon's business is backing off, how much of the other online business is backing off? Anyone's websites, all of these retailers like Walmart's and everyone else. This is what the question is. And of course, the Federal Reserve raising rates next week, 0.75% at a minimum, trying to get the economy to slow down. Well, here's the economy slowing down. Hello, is this See what I'm getting at? This is one of those domino thingies we're going across. And man, oh man, what can I say? All right, Swinton Terry or Swinton say, click the Apple symbol on the menu bar and select system preferences. In the drop-down menu, click the dock and menu bar icon and make sure the dock and menu bar is selected in the sidebar, and under menu bar, uncheck the box next to automatically hide and show the menu bar in full screen. This sounds so simple, doesn't it? I mean, anyone can do it. A child can do it. You just go to system preferences, you go to the dock and menu bar, you click on the dock and menu bar, and then I forgot what he said. Automatically hide and show in dock. Let's see if that works. Is that it? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Let's kick out of there and then see that didn't work. So obviously I'm not doing it right. Make sure the dock and menu bar is selected in the sidebar and under menu bar unclick. See, I don't know what this means. And I'm trying to do a live show at the same time. So I just can't stop everything. I keep doing this. I don't know what's going on. I'll email you shortly. Hang on, Bruce. This happens to my wife when her fingers drag on the trackpad or uses 2 or 3 fingers or doesn't click the right. I see, this is what happens to me. I am doing this all the time. Yeah. Oh yeah. How does Bruce not understand that GameStop volume is low because of the high percentage of DRS? From what I understand, Daniel, the DRS number on GameStop is like 70 million shares out of 300 million shares. Now, maybe these are supposedly free trading shares that have come out of the system, and there are that many fewer available to pre-trade. Maybe it is. You could be right. But the stock did go from, the 18 range before the split to 44, 45, and then back to 23, and then up to 29, 30, and now we're at 28. So it does move. And I'm not asking the stock to move $10 in one day. I'm just wondering if this stock is going to fluctuate a couple of dollars in a day, about a 10 percentile move, which is typical for this company. Can happen. Hasn't happened the last couple of days. I'm just curious. I'm just wondering. Anyway, 28.16 on GameStop. But Daniel, you make a good point. I don't disagree with you. Kareem, I am thumbs up 53, buddy. You are a quarter of the way home to 200 thumbs ups already. And that's despite the fact that you don't even know what time it is. This is awesome. Thank you, guys. Interesting to see the worldwide economic impact of supply chain bottlenecks. JR, you know it. This is better than a rant. When he doesn't know how to operate his own computer, this is exciting. DQ, I'm number 59. I'm lurking in meetings. Devil King, I'm thumbs up, number 60, buddy. You're only 140 away from 200. It's happening. Oh, by the way, Bruce, the time is 8:40. I'm looking at my big-ass iPad because my computer won't tell me what time it is unless I go all the way up here. I don't know how to get it to come back. Anyway, oldies in my family mess up their own phones and tech as well. Don't feel bad, Brucey. Oh, I'm telling you, I'm useless. I'm utterly useless with this stuff. It's what I've learned is incredible. What I've been able to do with these machines, it's amazing. But some of the most basic, simple stuff, I don't know what it means. And then the terms, I don't know what they are. There's a menu bar, a tool bar, a whatever bar. I don't know what they are. I have no idea. I think the menu bar is the one at the bottom that shows up. I never use it. I never use that. It's just there all the time. I have no idea what to do with it. Because I only use my computer to go on live and then do other surfing and stuff. But it's unbelievable. This MacBook Pro has got so much that it can do. I'm using 1% of what this thing can do. But what it can do for me is deliver to you this show twice a day, every time, and it's a workhorse. So that's great. But I'm just over my head, and I don't want to learn it. And that's the other thing. I am resistant to wanting to. I'm so tired, emotionally exhausted, given everything I have to the markets and to you guys. I don't have the energy to want to learn any of this other technical stuff. I couldn't care less. And that is maybe a problem. But you know what? It's me. What can I say? You got to be you. Remember what I told you yesterday? You got to be you and stay within your zone. I am. We're down 311 on the Dow. I know what that means, and a lot of you do and don't. We're down 43 on S&P. We're down 149 on NASDAQ. I know what all that means and the ramifications of all that. And the bottom line is what I know about all this market stuff will help you make money. And that is the most important thing about this channel. And what I do here, try to explain it in plain English. But if anyone can explain to me in plain English how this computer thing works, I can't wait for the day. And I've had some wonderful people help me. Believe me, people have reached out to me and said, you can always talk to me. You can always call me. I'll help you through this. I'll lean on Jennifer and say, can you make this work? I don't know what to. She goes, click, clicks, it's fixed. I give it to my daughter. She goes, click, click, it's done. I just go, where does it say to do this? I have no idea. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Anyway, there it is. The best way to fix the problems is click the coffee bar. Now you're talking. There you go. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Anyway, Susan is here. Susan shops around. 70 thumbs ups. She's here. Thank you. And Mike, I can access your device remotely if you really need help, Bruce. And thank you for that too. 2802 on GameStop. Just saw that a moment or so ago. We've got 70 thumbs ups now for this show. Thank you guys so much for your thumbs up support. It's just fabulous. I appreciate it. And we've got 166 of you watching right now. Nice to have you popping in here already and catching up with your old buddy, Uncle Bruce, who's challenged on the computer front. What can he say? It is what it is. We're battling through it. Oh man, unbelievable. Let's get to 200 thumbs ups as soon as possible, folks. Help me out. Throw those thumbs ups a shot. Let's see what we can do. Thank you all very, very much. Yeah. Oh gosh, unbelievable. All right, let's take a look at the pre-market here. I've got Rocket Lab down 3 cents. I've got SoFi down 15, GameStop down 54, AMC down 28 combined, Matterport off 8, and 23andMe down 9. Spire is up a nickel. ATIP is up 4 cents. They are defying the markets and going higher. SmartRent down 2, Sextera down 11, Apple down 162, Goldman down 462, Cisco down 37 cents to 42.92, Tesla down 405, ARC down 90, Microsoft down 189, Bed Bath down 20, Pfizer down 24, HBQ down 34, Carvana off 133, Twitter down 43 cents, Google down 83 cents, and Amazon down 369 in sympathy with FedEx getting crushed right now in the pre-market. Interesting stuff. The Dow down 310 points ahead of the opening bell. GE stock falls. Supply chain issues aren't fading. Headline from Barron's. Yeah, look, this is not going away, and I don't care what the Fed does with interest rates. I couldn't give a crap if they raise their rates 3/4 of a point or 1 point. The supply chain problem is not going to be fixed with high interest rates. The supply chain problem is a problem, and it's global, and it is everyone's problem. And the war in Ukraine is adding to the problem. High energy costs and utility interruptions and full-blown shutdowns of Chinese cities of 25 million people at a time. These are causing supply chain problems globally. And so there are distributors of stoves and ovens and refrigerators in Europe and the United States and Canada and India and South America and Asia, all around the world, that are having trouble delivering stoves, fridges, and microwaves for kitchen renos or brand new subdivisions or high-rise towers. All over the world, they're having problems. That business is has been in a mess for a year. Builders who need windows. I mean, we're talking We're not talking high tech stuff here. A window, okay, a window for a house, a condo, and a high rise, an office building, renovated. You're putting a second floor on a garage to make it an office. You need windows up there. Windows. There are supply chain problems for parts that make windows because generally speaking, windows are purchased by contractors as a complete unit at Lowe's, Home Depot, and other places. And these guys put the entire unit into the hole that they have designed and built and fitted. Then they install it in there, and then however they make it sit there. There are parts problems for some of this stuff. And so entire window assemblies can't go in at all. And so there are tarps everywhere, plastic tarps everywhere to cover the hole in the wall because the window is delayed for another week, a month, 3 months. And in some cases, when you build a 25-story tower, you need 1,500 of this size window and 1,200 of that size window. And just oh my God. Yeah, we're talking supply chain nightmares, what's going on. And this is why the market is going to be with an issue here. The market is going to have issues. The profitability of corporations will be affected because of a third company's problems are going to affect 3-4 generations or layers of companies down the road. And that's where the problems are going to lie. Right now, mortgage companies are bleeding money. Why? They're not losing money on people not making payments. It's not like in North America, they've stopped making payments. The problem is they've stopped making applications. And so the mortgage business is slowing down dramatically. And a lot of people are twiddling their thumbs at the office going, oh, sure hope the fax machine kicks in and the emails kick in. I like to do some more mortgage applications and get people mortgages. You figure out how many billions of dollars are not moving around right now. Hundreds of billions of dollars are not moving in the system right now because mortgages aren't being taken out. And so money is not being lent. It has to do something else. And with higher interest rates, car sales are going to drop. Most are financed. That means every part supplier of car parts is going to face layoff notices. I mean, that's down the line, 5 layers at least. You've got the car factories going to have labor issues shortly because there's going to be strikes or potential strikes for car workers who want fat raises. But the part makers and the component makers, these are global companies. These aren't just in Cleveland and in Peoria and Detroit and Lansing. We're talking about parts suppliers globally, all countries that are supplying entities that supply parts to the automotive sector around the world. Because it's not only going to cost more money for Americans and Canadians to buy new cars, it's costing more money for Germans and Italians and the French and the Belgians and the Spanish. Everywhere in the world, South American drivers. There's cars in South America. There's cars in Asia. Cars everywhere. Trucks, SUVs, buses. There are going to be cities around the world who are going to delay or hold off on ordering new replacement buses for their fleets. A couple of reasons. One, they want to go green. 2, even though they want to go green, they can't get the units. 3, they can get the units, but they don't have the money to get the units, or they can get the money to buy the units, but the money is 4% more expensive than a year ago, and their budgets aren't set for that. And so they have to raise taxes first, bring in the guaranteed revenue from the taxpayers, then to commit to buying. It's a chain reaction of crap, and it goes on and on and on. And it is not and will not ever not be an 8-second problem with the 8-second attention span that we have in this world. That is what's going on out there. It's unbelievably bad. And the majority of so-called financial experts that talk to you about or talk on CNBC and Fox and all the other networks that talk about the world, they don't go that deep because I hate to tell you this, but The networks out there, they think their viewers are idiots. They don't think you get it. They don't think you would be able to comprehend it. They think you're stupid. And there are still many, many, many pundits out there who think anyone trading on this is a moron. And they couldn't possibly understand the complexities of the world in which they live. It's amazing to me that they think that way because uh, everyone I know and everyone I don't know, I mean, I go to a shopping mall and everybody has one of these. I mean, every female in the Western world has one of these in her purse. A lot of females carry them in their hands. I have one in my jacket pocket at all times. Um, Option writers use these all the time with great effect. And we do understand the complexity of the world. It's just that we sometimes have other things on our minds that are more pressing before we kind of think about these other complexities. I got to tell you, this global economy is in an absolute mess, and it is not going to get any better anytime soon. It'll be there will be a solution to a problem over here, and then there'll be a solution to problems over there, but then there'll be other problems over there and other problems over there. It's a rotating bag of garbage that's going around, and it's supply chain issues are happening from the basic mineral production, like from mines, just like dirt in the ground, zinc, copper, nickel, cadmium, any basic mineral that is needed to be milled and mined and refined and then turned into alloys and wires and components into whatever devices are to be built. We are right down to that level. We have got supply chain issues at every level in the stage of manufacturing all over the planet. And some companies are running very well and efficiently and are ready to ship, but the buyers can't accept the goods because they're missing other stuff and they don't need this stuff right now. They need more of that stuff. And when that stuff comes in, 5 other suppliers can bring their stuff to them. And the factories in Detroit and wherever the final assemblies are around the world, but for automobiles in the United States, Germany, whatever, you need thousands and thousands and thousands of parts and pieces to come into a factory to allow a vehicle to be assembled in final assembly. And there's always a glitch somewhere along the line right now. And that wasn't a problem 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago. But there is a problem now. And it is becoming worse. And there was a time where a Ford, a Chevy, a Chrysler vehicle was completely manufactured in the Detroit area, from tailpipe to gas pedal to headlight to whatever. And then Detroit figured out, we'll just hire out, we'll buy light bulb assemblies that are made by light bulb guys, and we'll buy, of course, the tires can come from Firestone or Goodyear, and the wheels we'll order from so and so, and then now it's like the entire dashboard assembly is made by a company that is not owned by Ford or GM anymore. They just buy those as per spec. They give them the specs of what they want. This is how it's going to fit in the car, and they collaborate, and components are made around the world. All the parts inside a dashboard. There are gazillions of parts inside a dashboard. If you ever turned one over, if you ever seen one, they're complicated. There's a lot of parts in that. They're made everywhere. They're made all around the world, sent and then assembled in an assembly place, and then entire dashboards, shrunk in plastic, are delivered to Detroit for final assembly. And they're delivered to Burlington, Ontario. They're delivered to Oshawa, Ontario, Windsor, Ontario, wherever they're made, wherever these vehicles are assembled, Canada, USA, then Germany, and everywhere else. Just dashboard assemblies. If you hold that up and there's computer chips in them, their dashboards, you don't get a car fixed. You don't get a car assembled. You don't get a truck assembled. You don't get product out the door. And it might well be that 10 parts inside a dashboard that collectively cost $12 hold up $50,000 to $100,000 vehicles from leaving the factory floor. millions of them. And oh my God, are we into billions, hundreds of billions of dollars? Yes, we are. And then we have stocks underperforming on the market because companies are underperforming on their projected sales because of $12 parts. Welcome to the new normal. Welcome to the regular world of 2022. This is the world in which we live. Sometimes a little clip can cost hundreds of millions of dollars to companies all the way down the line, one after the other after the other. It's an absolute amazing revelation for a lot of people to realize that one little piece can stop all of this from happening. And this is the normal which we're in right now. Apart from the fact that I don't know what time it is on my computer. That's the other normal. Okay, we're down 341 on the Dow. Getting worse, down 1.1% pre-market. S&P down 46 points, that's 1.17%. NASDAQ down 150, 1.25%. These three markets are almost identical in the percentage of loss that they're coming into to open the market. The oil market is up 22 cents a barrel right now, and that is where we're at. And I will agree with Susan Shops about that. There are companies out there getting high grades and recommendations, have businesses, orders up to their yin yang. Everything going to be great. Yes, everything is fine. But there are companies out there with mega orders that can't fill them. And there are companies out there who are losing orders because other companies couldn't deliver on time when they had to deliver. Now companies are canceling orders to other companies. And there's that spin-off nonsense. And the economy as a whole has to work perfectly for the economy as a whole to function properly, to generate the revenues that everyone is expecting the economy to generate, whether it's the tax man, whether it's the dividend collector, like pension funds and mutual funds, whether it's option writers, whether it's stock players, option players, you name it. Currencies, countries' currencies, interest rates, and inflation rates. It's all connected. And when one area doesn't work, it infects other areas where it doesn't work. The big problem in Europe right now is the reliability of electricity. This is also happening in China. The reliability of electricity to the factory sector, the manufacturing sector. This is the big issue right now that they're facing. Why? Because electricity production has been inconsistent so far this last year. And that's from a number of factors, some of which are nature, the natural world. For example, droughts in certain parts of the planet are causing lake and river levels to drop, which means the amount of water passing a certain point in a geographical location, the amount of water is lower than that normally passes past a certain point. And there are electrical plants that are hydro plants that need so much volume of water to go through the plant to push around and move generators, turn them to create electricity. And this is a global problem. China has got a bunch of hydro plants that are underproducing, if not even shut off. More of this is beginning to show in other areas of the planet. Windmill technology, windmill technology is improving every week, every month, every year. They're becoming far more efficient units. A single large triple blade windmill can produce far more energy now than the best of the best from 25 years ago. They've really improved, and they can produce much more electricity with much less wind at a much lower speed than before, giving these windmills much longer lifespans because they're designed to have so many revolutions before they have to be rebuilt or refurbished or what have you. And windmill technology has improved so much that on fewer revolutions and slower rate of turn, much more power is being created now than ever before. It's truly mankind's genius. And it's ongoing. It's getting better and better. Solar is getting better and better all the time. There was a time 15, 20 years ago that a solar panel that was maybe 5 feet long and 2 feet wide would produce 100 watts of energy. Now you have these units that are producing 4 and 500 watts, some more. And I suspect in the next 5 to 10 years, these panels will eventually generate 1,000 watts, 2,000 watts. They will be so packed, so more efficient that the amount of real estate you need on a rooftop of a typical house to power that house will get smaller and smaller and smaller. And so if a house is covered in panels, which are highly efficient, your typical home in North America, Europe, everywhere else could generate double the amount of electricity it needs for its own usage, maybe triple. And this is why the big push is on right now for battery storage to store excess power for evening use, to store excess power for factory use. So in other words, on Saturdays and Sundays, all these homes and rooftops on factories and Costco warehouses and everywhere else, all these locations of solar panels will generate and power, make so much power that isn't needed over the weekend. It'll be stored in battery systems to then be ready for Monday morning when offices open, factories gear up, and Monday to Friday, battery storage will be drained out bit by bit by bit by bit by bit. By Friday, there's half the power left from 100%. And the next, that weekend, more power is generated than possibly needed going into battery systems. If a storm is coming through, a typhoon, hurricanes, tornadoes, there's damage to power lines, there's power stored in battery systems everywhere that can quickly be accessed to where it is needed to, again, power up schools, hospitals, homes, factories, business, you name it. This world is changing dramatically. There are those out there who believe in alternate power sources, those who don't. But at the end of the day, if you want to produce electricity without polluting the air, solar is a good way to do it. And wind is another good way to go. If you can produce these systems, these solar panels and these windmills in such a way that they are far, far more efficient than they are now, 5 to 10 times more efficient, and it will happen. You're going to be able to produce power at such a low cost per kilowatt versus what it normally would have cost in the old days, again, with the burning of oil, the burning of coal, the burning of natural gas, nuclear, and so on. The good news about solar is once the panels are used up, they are completely recycled. 99% of a solar panel can be recycled to be used again. The glass, the aluminum casing, the wiring, all that. There's already businesses today successful that are recycling the old panels, the first ones that came out, and upgrading them into the newer panels. So do not be surprised around Vegas, for example, when you drive past Las Vegas, you see millions of solar panels in the desert all around Las Vegas. They're constantly upgrading those. They're phasing out 5-year-old panels, putting in brand new ones that have 50% more capacity to generate that much more electricity. The old ones are being recycled to be turned into the new ones. And this is going to be an ongoing thing. There's a business in them there, Hills, and it's a lot cleaner than burning oil or coal to make electricity. Anyway, that's just me as an optimistic old guy hoping that will be the case, and that's the way we're going to go. But battery storage technology is going to become a big deal for every neighborhood in which we live, every city, every country, state, you name it. It's going to be the thing. And there may come a time where you will notice the deassembly of giant electrical towers. These massive, huge steel towers have these power lines that run hundreds of miles. There may come a day where those are dismantled till they're not required anymore, because electricity will be made where it's needed and will be distributed where it is made locally only. and there will not be a need to have massive wires going across huge swaths of real estate over farms and everything else. Don't need to generate and transport that kind of power anymore. The power will be made where it's needed in the amount that it's needed, and it'll be a local, regional thing only. That could be 50 years from now, 100 years from now. I don't know. I won't be around. I don't think so. Many of you might not be around either, but I think that's the future of electrical generation. Cars, trucks, yeah, sure. We're all going to go electric. But I know all the critics out there who say, we can't do that. We can't produce enough electricity now. How are we going to have all the cars be electric, man? It's not going to work. I hear the voice of Bill Paxton in Aliens. What are we going to do now, man? I don't know if you're getting rid of the latest headlines, but we're getting our butts handed to us, man. What are we going to do now? Yeah, well, mankind will find a way, because mankind usually does find a way to make it work, but we'll see what happens. Welcome, everybody, to Options Expiry Friday. According to my big-ass iPad, there are 22 minutes to go before we open for trading. According to my computer, I have no idea what time it is. My computer won't tell me. But we'll see what's going on. Give me a break about solar, Bruce. First of all, every piece of equipment for solar is made in China. None of it is efficient. Why are we so afraid of nuclear? I don't know if that's true, that everything is Chinese made. I suspect that within the next 10 years, there's going to be an awful lot of solar product made in other countries other than China. It wouldn't surprise me there will be mega factories built in Mexico to produce a bunch of solar product that'll be just trucked into the USA, immediately available. I can see it in other South American countries. I can see solar factories in Africa. It's going to get to the point eventually where it'll be cheaper to produce product outside of China than in China, because what's happening in China, what's going to eventually happen in China is what happened in Japan after the Second World War. Again, those of you who are under 60, you didn't live through this, but back in the 50s, Japan had, first of all, got completely decimated by the United States and the Allies for the war, and China began to rebuild, and it was able to rebuild by necessity complete infrastructure systems from scratch. So Japan, you're not going to find in major cities in Japan electrical and water systems from the 1800s. You're going to find everything from 1950 and newer, and many systems from the 80s and 90s and 2000s and newer. So Japan is a very modern country infrastructure-wise. But back in the 50s, after the war ended, the yen to the dollar, I mean, if you were an American being paid American dollars to be in Japan, you lived like a king. I mean, you made money compared to the locals like you could not believe. And unfortunately for Americans and Canadians and Westerners, as time went by and Japan became much more efficient and much an industrial powerhouse, modern industrial powerhouse, the Japanese currency rose and rose and rose. But for a time in the 50s and the 60s, everything cheap was Japanese. Everything cheap. So the old saying that was with my parents, the saying in the 1962, 63, 64 was, if you want to buy something cheap, it had to be made in Japan. So you wanted to buy a cheap camera, it was made in Japan. A television was cheap because it was made in Japan. All of your household stuff was made, just like in China now, was made in Japan then, because China was shut off. China was totally cut off to the outside world. There was you couldn't even travel there. It was almost impossible to go there. But in Japan, they were open for business. Germany was open for business. But Germany, their standard of living rose much quicker than in Japan, because Germany had land partners all around it they could do business with. And West Germany in particular, West Germany, not East Germany, but West Germany, you had entrepreneurs who had great incentive to develop factories and assembly companies to distribute goods all around Europe and make a good buck. And Germans were very good at making money. The Japanese took a long time to get it up and going, but it did. And through the 50s and the 60s, everything cheap was made in Japan. And that just changed out over time when, as it went along, cameras like Canon cameras, and then Sony televisions and goods, Hitachi, all the brand names that were found, they became more and more and more expensive because the currency kept going up and up and up. I'm trying to remember what the point of this whole thing was. Solar, I suppose. China. Yeah, China. So China. So what happened was, I'll go back to Japan for a second, finish my thought. Japan had to pivot because the Japanese government figured out, and business people in Japan figured out, my God, we can make the best televisions in the world. These Sony Trinitrons and these Hitachi televisions, they're the best in the market, way better than, they were better than American TVs, or if they weren't better, they were just as good, but they were cheaper for a long time. And so Americans abandoned GE televisions and Zenith's televisions and bought Hitachis and Sonys. And the thinking was, the advertising campaigns that were put together by Americans to Americans for Japanese companies was, buy a Japanese TV, it's way better than American TV. And so Americans willingly stopped buying USA-made stuff and bought Japanese stuff to save $50 on the television. And that killed gazillions of jobs in America that were making TVs and radios and electronics. Common story. Did it with cars. We did it with TVs. We've done it with appliances. We've done it with everything. But the Japanese currency kept going up because of how well they were doing, the balance of payments. Japan was hauling in money from around the world by selling goods to the world. Eventually, the Japanese realized, we can't keep making these televisions in Japan anymore. We can't make VCRs in Japan anymore. We can't make video cameras in Japan. We can't make the Walkmans and all this stuff. We have to produce this stuff elsewhere where it's cheaper for labor. Our labor is becoming too expensive. And so Japan started going to Indonesia, to India, to Pakistan, to Bangladesh, to South Korea. They went to countries that weren't as well off as they were, and they built factories there, and they hired locals there. Does this sound familiar to you guys? Like, is there a company out there that's coming to mind about how they have factories around the world, but not in America, but yet they're an American company? China's in the same boat. China right now has quickly transformed from a peasant farming type country in the 40s, 50s, and 60s to become an industrial powerhouse country with the largest, most efficient factories on the planet, with Gawa billions or Gawa hundreds of millions of slaves to work in there, the population of China, that used to work for $10 a week, $15 a week, $20 a week, and they would work 6 days a week, 12 hours a day, and they had no rights to get better benefits. Slowly but surely in China, the standard of living is rising in China. China has been building out its infrastructure, its high-speed rail, expressways, their shipping container business, they're sending aircraft to space now, their telecommunications business. It's all rising dramatically. And China is now the second largest economy on the planet. The problem is that China is going to find the same problem that Japan found, and that is the cost of manufacturing of goods in China will rise, and goods from China to us will become more expensive eventually. Now, this year, we have a reprieve. The Chinese currency is dropping, the American currency is rising in value, but that will not last forever, because as America's productivity of goods drops, and America is an importer of finished product from around the world, including China, China's currency will continue to strengthen. It will turn around again and get stronger. Right now, they got all kinds of problems. Eventually, China will have to start building factories outside of China for cheaper labor. And right now, the clothing sellers of America and Canada, the firms that make their own brand of clothing for North American consumers, with their own retail stores where they sell it. They get their product made in Bangladesh and Pakistan and parts of India. And they're going to the poorest regions of these countries where the population will do anything for $1 a day. They'll do any kind of work you want them to do. And if you can hire 100 people for every person you need to run a sewing machine or to run an iron or to pack clothing into boxes, you don't pay a lot of money. And it's not that the American retailer is the crook or the bad guy. It's the domestic overlords in those countries that are allowed by governments of those countries to enslave their own population for cheap wages and no rights at all for labor issues. And you get injured on the job, you're fired, get out, I'll bring somebody else in, and I'm not compensating you because I don't need to. We, on the other hand, have companies in our countries who make exorbitant amount of money by buying goods made by slave labor, in exporting it through holding companies to eventually import it into America. But I can assure you that there are companies in America selling clothing to you and I, where we go in and buy a sweatshirt like this for $40, $35, $29.99 that are made for $1. But the tax man in America gets virtually none of the benefits because the actual profits are not booked in America. At the end of the day, we might pay $30 for this. The retailer is paying $19.99 for this, and the importer is selling it to the U.S. guy for $14.99. The $13 profit, $14 profit on this item is not made in America. It is booked by overseas corporations in tax-free jurisdictions. And that's where you have this multiple level of manufacturing and distribution and redistribution and importation and final retail to make this work so that we, you and I, are paying for this sweatshirt the same amount of money as if it were made in Tennessee or in Kentucky or in Quebec in Canada, where there used to be a very strong apparel business. Union labor in North America can produce these so they can retail for $39.99. But it's not being done because there's such a profit margin in hiring slave labor at $1 a day or 10 cents an hour or whatever they're getting paid to produce this for $1 and then flog it ultimately to American importers and to retailers. The money is made offshore, all tax-free, and the American public gets none of it. And so we pay world price for our T-shirts, our hoodies, our jeans, our shoes, all of our clothing. But the profits, the net clear dollars are generated by entities controlled by certain individuals around this world who really have this game sewn up. And it's same in Europe, it's the same in South America, same everywhere else. There's some countries that have a domestic apparel business, very successful, and there are those countries who don't have an apparel business domestically. We are all importers. If you love the NFL, you love the NHL, and you love Major League Baseball and basketball, why don't you go to your closet and take a look at where your jersey is made? Do you have a Brett Favre jersey? Have you got a LeBron James jersey? Do you wear hats? You wear sports hats? Why don't you take a look at where they're manufactured? And you'll be shocked to learn that these are third world countries like Bangladesh, where the hat is $1 to make and you paid $50 at Lids. How much do you pay for an NHL full-blown pro jersey with the name and everything on the back? A couple $100. They're made for $5 a piece, way down the line. And who is now selling these jerseys to Americans and Canadians? The leagues themselves. The leagues through their online presence, www.nhl.com, NFL.com. You see the ads on every football game promoting all the goods. As soon as the Super Bowl is over, the winning team's merchandise is available for purchase right now. Super Bowl champions. You can buy their product instantaneously because it is made overseas in bulk and it's ready to go. And it is made pennies on the dollar, and the leagues are scoring massively on the tail end. The customer is paying full-blown retail, beyond reasonable retail price for an item with an NFL logo on it or an NHL logo on it, whatever league you like. And the winners are the leagues themselves, who have now licensed the product to be made in factories overseas in third world countries where the wages are $1 or $2 a day. And that is the reality of this world's business in many cases. So China, you don't even make jerseys in China. They're too expensive. You can make them in Bangladesh for less. Because there's 1,000 people for every job over there. It's unbelievable. And so the modern day slave trade continues in another way. It's another unique kind of way. The Bangladesh government and the people of the countries of Pakistan and India, they're in no position to tell North American and European sports leagues that they want $5 a jersey more as a tax, as an export tax, to support their country, because these leagues will say, oh yeah, we're going to Ethiopia. Screw you. We're going to Somalia. We're going to Senegal. We're going to Zambia. We'll go to Zimbabwe. We'll set up factories somewhere else all around this world where we can easily produce product for pennies on the actual retail dollar, and we'll give you nothing. How about that? Remember The Godfather #2, where the senator was trying to get a bribe out of the Godfather, and he made his offer. My offer to you is nothing. Well, that's what it is with importers. And the same thing with big brand retailers that we all know and love in our favorite shopping malls. You have to ask yourself, how is it that stores in some of the most expensive shopping centers in North America can afford to rent 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 square foot stores full of clothing and clothing and clothing and clothing? And there are dozens of these guys in every mall. These malls have got dozens and dozens of clothing stores that cater mainly to women. And they all sell essentially the same stuff. They sell tops and bottoms, and they sell shoes and accessories in their own style with their own brand name on it. How can they all afford the top highest retail rent on the planet? How can they do it? How does Lululemon pay their rent in the most expensive retail real estate known to mankind? Simple. You sell a pair of pants for $200, $150, $120, $99.99, whatever the price is, and you produce the product for $2 a pair. That's how you do it. And you produce them in bulk in third world countries, and then you resell them to you and I at top dollar. And along the way, you have subsidiary companies and holding companies that sliver off profits in tax-free jurisdictions, and the final entity, the company in North America, imports and sells goods and makes a profit. Yeah, but the big profits are made elsewhere in the layers below. And this is across the board. Every brand name there is. Go to your favorite mall and check them out, and check out where the product is made. Look at the label. Where is it manufactured? Look at your Levi jeans. Do you own a pair of Levi's? Where are your Levi's made? They're not made in America, baby. They might have American cotton, but they're not made in America. That's how this world works, and that's what we're into nowadays. And there are supply chain issues even with those guys. Even they're having supply chain issues. It's just unbelievable. Welcome to the rant from your buddy Uncle Bruce. Nice to have you here. And let's make some money today on options. Look at the GameStop, $27.95. It is broken 28 in the pre-market. We're down 66 cents on GameStop right now. How about that? My MK in New York. Hey, Uncle Bruce, there's a bagel festival in Brooklyn this weekend. I think you can still make it if you drive down there after the morning show. How about that? Amazing. Imagine what the inflation rate would be if we didn't have slave labor. Oh, yeah. I love that scene in The Godfather. I'll offer you nothing. The way the senator just dropped the act and got real blunt with Michael Corleone. Oh no, Uncle Bruce, in regards to your time on computer, system preferences, dock menu bar, scroll down to menu bar only clock. JRP, Uncle Bruce, I sent you an email that details how to fix your clock problem via email, complete with pictures for easy reference. Have fun. Thank you, JR. I will do that between shows. It's just unbelievable how much fun I'm having. Thank you for these thumbs ups, everybody, as we're coming into the open. 134 thumbs ups today as I talk about slave labor around the world and supply chain issues. Thank you. If you can hit that thumbs up button for me, put some momentum on the thumbs up meter. 135 now. We need 64 more, 136, 64 more to get to 200. Help me get to 200, please. I would really appreciate it. Thank you all so much. Thank you for all your comments on what we're talking about this morning. If I've missed some of your questions, I apologize. Reissue those questions. Pop them back up again for me. And just go to your questions, copy it, paste it, and then issue it again. See how I talk computer talk? See how I talk computer talk? And I'll try to answer your questions as best as I can. Thank you all for being here. We're going to go member only now on commentary, though. If you're a member of this channel, fire away your questions for me. If you're not a member of this channel, please, I'm begging you, become a member of this channel as soon as you can. Become a Gold Bagel member, ultimately, if you can, and join me every day before this 8:30 show for trade alerts, and Wednesday night, prime time live for Gold Bagel members. We'd love to welcome you into that family. If you're just going to be a regular member of this channel, I thank you as well, because regular members can comment here and pop up emojis all they want and ask me anything you want to ask me as we kind of move along here. Thank you all so much in advance. I thank you right here, right now. We have 150 thumbs ups. We need 50 more to get to the promised land of 200 thumbs ups. I always try to strive for 200 thumbs ups on this show. And even more would be more than lovely. 27.93 on GameStop going into the final moments before we start trading. The Dow's down 350, S&P down 48, NASDAQ down 156. We're down 1.1 to 1.3% across the board going into the opening. So there you have it. We've got a negative market here. And GE share slide as CFO flags continued supply chain pressure. There you go. Interesting stuff, folks. Okay. Thank you all for being with me this morning. I love that you're here. Let's make some money today, if at all possible. Bingo bango. Squirrel, you lost me on the solar power speech, but you got me on the clothes talk. Made in America. Yes. And let's see, what else is going on? Arico, I'm number 140. Mirko, I'm number 150. Right on, guys. Thank you very much. Interesting pre-market trading in Apple the last few minutes. Seems like a fight between the Bulls and the Bears right now. And Selma House Upper Marlboro. Let's start the day off with some neat emojis and get this thing going. I think it's a great idea. Let's pop some neat emojis in there and get this going as Larry Titus is going to hit the bells. He has hit the bells, and so the knee emojis come out to make the markets do what we want them to do, because we are merciless. We are here for dollars, not pennies. Thank you all very much. I offer you nothing. Oh my gosh, what a scene in that movie. That is my offer to you, Senator. Nothing. Welcome all to the program. We're here, and here come the knee emojis from everybody else. Thank you, guys. Beautiful stuff. We got the Dow off 332 to start the morning. Apple down 121. GameStop down 43 at 28, 20 something like that. 28 something. We're down 40 on the S&P, down 145 on NASDAQ. Oil is up 93 cents. Justice Department forms a network of prosecutors focus on crypto crime. Government is going to get involved in the crypto market. The thought was with crypto, government would never be involved because it's a non-government issued thing. Surprise! They're coming after people who are illegally doing stuff on crypto. If you're not breaking the law, you're fine. But if you are, look out. 344 drop on the Dow. GameStop at $28 now. $27.99. We just dropped below 28 to 27.99. This is the low of the day. We might be going, I think we're going to go lower. We'll see. 27.90 already has been the low trade on GameStop. Volume in the first, how many minutes? 1 minute. 1 minute. I can't tell you how many minutes because I can't tell you what time it is on my computer. 328,000 shares in the first minute of trading or two at this point in time. SoFi down 25 to 616. Rocket Lab at 490 down 19. HPQ down 32 to 2662. AMC is off 51 cents, by the way, combined. ME down 13 cents to 314. Matterport 396 down 14 cents. ATIP down 2.5 at 118.5. Smart Rent down 13 cents to 274. Spire up 1 penny to 118. So Spire is 118 and ATIP is 118.5. Buy them both. Right calls and right calls for January 24 and bring in money and buy more. There you go. Sixtera 488 down 17 cents. Bed Bath Beyond down 23 to 856. Tesla down 490 to 298.85. Pfizer up down 3 cents. Boeing is down 592 right now to 143.86. Cisco down 38 to 42.91. Twitter down 33. Home Depot down 251 to 269 a share. Carvana down $1.88. Robinhood down 35. Vanik down 279 at $200 a share. IBM at down 117 to 124. Microsoft off 153 to 243. Carnival down 39 cents. Royal Caribbean down 126. Google down 146. Amazon down $4. Goldman down 460. Microsoft down at 1.5. Costco down $4 more at the moment. 445 down to 499 a share. Nvidia down 272. Disney down $2 to 108. American Airlines down 47 cents right now to 1380. Netflix down 520. Moderna up 139 to 137 a share. We're down 331 on the Dow. We got a bad week going overall with a 1,200 point drop on Monday. We're going lower. The NASDAQ down 165, 1.44%. S&P down 44, 1.1%. GameStop at $28 right at the moment. Flatlining there. The low of the day looks like it's been 27.83 so far. 27.83 is the low. And we are definitely lower. And FedEx got it all started. What's going on right here, right now? Unbelievable. Bullion number 100 is in the house. How you doing? Good morning from San Diego. Any thoughts on transferring all Robinhood stocks into my SoFi app instead of DRSing my GameStop? Thank you all. Well, again, you're looking for upside and you're looking for, I don't know how many shares we're talking about. I don't know how many shares you would be talking about, but you're looking for upside movement. Now, SoFi is a growing concern. I think it's a winner, but, you got to stick around for the show. If you get GameStop, if you DRS them, you can't write options. If you have GameStop shares, you can write options on those and bring in the premiums. And a lot of people do that and make a lot of money on GameStop. So it's up to you how you want to play this game. Your choice, what to move into and why. What did the senator say to Michael Corleone in Godfather 2? I intend to squeeze you. I feel that way about my calls today. The senator thought he was in control. He thought he was the tough guy, and he thought he was the boss. And he quickly figured out, no, you're not the boss. You're just a senator. 400 point drop on the Dow. It looks like we're heading to 400 on the downside here. 399 just a second ago. We're down 199 on Apple at 150.38. 27.93 now. 27.92 on GameStop. It is broken 28 and is falling off again. The low so far 27.83, down about 70 cents now on GameStop. SoFi down 24 to 617. Rocket Lab down 13 cents to 497. HPQ down 31 to 26.64. That's where we're at so far this morning. We've got U.S. stocks opening sharply lower Friday after FedEx withdraws earnings forecast. They're not even forecasting earnings. Things have shifted so quickly at FedEx. Business has dropped off so badly, so quickly, they're not even trying to make a prediction of what's going to happen next. And we're coming into Christmas. This is coming. The height of the year is about to hit, and FedEx is going, we don't know what our business is going to do. We're backing off right now. We are falling off orders all over the place. We're going to shut down some centers. We're going to lay off a bunch of people. We're going to park a bunch of planes because our volumes are dropping off. This is a wake-up call for the Dow today. And this 400 point drop is a drop in the bucket of what's to come, because businesses are going, wait a minute, what? FedEx? Are you kidding me? Yeah. Hello. Welcome to the party, pal. We are seeing some pullbacks here. 27.92 to 27.96 on GameStop. We're about 10, 12 cents away from the low of the day at the moment on GameStop shares. 27.84. Now we're 6 cents away. We're backing off again on GameStop. It's coming in with a dip right now. 77-cent drop and falling. SoFi down 23. Rocket Lab down 14, HPQ down 25. Today is option expiry day. And so contracts are dropping. Whether you have contracts dying today, whether you rolled into new contracts for next week, the week after, they're all backing off. And so keep your eyes on your contracts. And if you can pull out 50, 60, 70, 80% profits on any contracts you've written, take a look at getting them back on stink bids and immediately, and I mean immediately, writing a new call just out of the money for a week or two out for fat time premiums. You need to be sitting on calls at all time. You have to be writing them constantly to be bringing in these depreciations. Deuce Caboose today marks another 100 million ski for SoFi. One of these days, it's going to mean something to the stock. And I am thumbs up 160. Welcome, Deuce Caboose, to the show. Now, I know you're around. You're always lurking. You're in the area. It's good to see you. 161 thumbs ups now from what I can tell. Thank you, all of you who have been hitting the neat emojis to get this market started. It's great to have you here. And, well, I just hope you guys make a lot of money today. That is what it's all about. 27.84 to 27.96 on GameStop as we jump about back and forth. We are also hearing and looking at the likelihood of a national rail strike in the UK to add to the misery of the UK economy, which is already having a hell of a time. The UK economy is going to take a major hit the moment the rail strike is announced, because that means all passenger and freight will stop dead on rails, which means trucking will be dramatically badly affected because of the interrelationship between the two. There will be shortages on store shelves. It's going to be a mess. The government will likely introduce back-to-work legislation if they need to, but it's going to be an ugly, ugly fall and winter in the UK on many, many levels. Europe, do not be surprised if there are national rail strikes there, perhaps airline strikes. A lot of problems in the labor market in Europe this winter coming up, because cost of living has just soared, and the energy prices, natural gas for heating homes, cooling homes, gasoline prices just out of control. It's going to be crazy. Nick, I am here at number 164. Nick, how you doing with your U.S. steel? What's it at? Where are we going? 1990. 1987, and it hit a low of 1972. What are you going to do? I'm hoping you are going to make an absolute out and out fortune and make your objective of 100,000 profit in one day. I hope this is happening. Gody, wonder if they can come to a tentative agreement with their union quickly. Sell my house. Aren't they too busy mourning the Queen to strike? Nick, covered X short profit, locked in 14,175. So you bought them back and you locked in 14,175. Is there a problem with that? There's no problem with that. Beautiful job, buddy. Well done. I'm worried about the stories we may be reading this winter, says Coyote. There's going to be some unbelievable turmoil in the work environment. Just unbelievable. Deuce Caboose, their CEO said the one thing keeping them from 40 million members is how much he wants to spend on advertising. The demand for their app is real. And Deuce Caboose, you're talking about SoFi. I got it. as how much he wants to spend on advertising. Yeah, this is amazing. This company is on fire. Nick, not with Bronco Boost. It's just too crazy manipulation. I'm not gonna make the money with that one. Too much on that one. Interesting, sir. Interesting. I'm glad to see you made a nice buck on that. Recouping some of those some of those dollars out there. Way to go, pal. We're down 332 now on the Dow. We were down about 400 at one point. We're down 292 now on Apple at 149.45. We've broken the 150 barrier on Apple. GameStop back to 28.20, trying to do a little rally here. We'll see if it has any legs to it. 28.16, still down 45 cents. This is close to the high. The high is 28.33 today. But 28.15 right now on GameStop. SoFi 6.16 down a quarter. Rocket Lab is down 9 cents to $5. HBQ down 33 to 26.62. ME down 19. Matterport down 13. ATIP down half a penny. SmartRent down a dime. Spire down a penny. We got Cyxtera down 14 cents. Tesla down $6 to $297. Pfizer's up 13 cents to 46.07. Boeing down 6.40. Cisco down 39 at the moment. Home Depot almost unchanged now at 271.45, down 9 cents. IBM down 97. Bannock at $200 a share, down $2. Microsoft down 194 to 243. Goldman down 9 1/4 today to $322. Google down 145. Amazon down 474. Meta Platforms down 343. Just to give you an idea of what's happening out there, down 350 on the Dow, 54 on S&P, 200-point drop on NASDAQ, with NASDAQ losing 1.74%, S&P 1.35, Dow 1.14. Gold down 950, oil up 48 cents is what's going on. We'll see how it works. All righty, let's go. Nazareth, I have puts on SPY expiring today, making a killing, laughing out loud. Lorraine, 166 thumbs up, Bruce. Thank you, Lorraine. Alex Coyote, unfortunately, the current right-wing government likes to play politics with strikes, blaming the center-left opposition who are affiliated with the unions rather than getting around the table. And there you go. I tell you, the UK pain is going to get worse before it gets better, because in the UK, the party in power is a Brexit party. They want to stay away from Europe completely. And with the UK being all by itself and not part of the EU, they can't join in under the EU programs. Workers in the UK can't easily get a job in in Europe as it was before. Same the other direction. Trade has been dramatically affected. The cost of doing business between the two entities has risen dramatically in fees, import fees, filing fees, paperwork involved. Oh my God, it's a nightmare. Unfortunately, the party in power is not going to make that get better. They're going to keep it as bad as it is. What can I say? The UK voted to leave Brexit, to leave the European Union, and they're going to pay a terrible price for decades. This is not an 8-second little pinch with a needle. This is decades of pain, and across many businesses. The UK now is competing against the EU for factories from foreign countries to build whatever, and the UK now can't promote itself as an easy way into the EU. They're on their own, and the EU is not going to make it easy for UK companies to compete against them by attracting factories to the UK and then expecting to be just able to bring product over to the European Union to just sell it. It's not going to happen. It's going to get a lot worse. And unfortunately, the population of the United Kingdom may or may not have been given the full story of what the ramifications of exiting the EU would really be economically. I have a feeling it was more emotion rather than practicality going in there, but that's just this man's opinion. 28.08 on GameStop. We have backed off 20-something cents here to come approaching $28 again on GameStop. Financial mischief. Boom, locked in a 42% profit on some of the SoFi calls I wrote yesterday. Sell my house. Well, we'll see how much King Charles sticks his nose into the legislative process in the UK. I've read some articles about people in the UK getting nervous about that. You're going to find that he has no power. He can have moral suasion, but I don't know if there'll be much there. We'll see. But it's the UK people that have to decide when the next election is held, who they bring in and why. But these parties, whatever their platform is, I don't know if there's. I don't know. There's so many factions now. There's so much fractioning of opinion and thoughts. There is no one choice or another anymore. It's like 20 choices, and no one party has the perfect answer to everything. But then welcome to the modern day world, right? It is what it is. So we'll see how it all works out. 311-point drop on the Dow right now, 52 on S&P, NASDAQ down 198. Oil up 11 cents. Boeing and American Express are your two losers today on the open markets. And homes prices declines will likely continue as mortgage rates exceed 6%, claims Freddie Mac. They ought to know. They ought to know. Time will tell on all of that. The Apple is now down again, 317 on the day, 149.20. GameStop at 28.12 right now, hitting a high of 28.33 a little while ago. SoFi 622 down 19. Rocket Lab down a dime to 499.5, and HPQ down 33 cents to 26.62 right there. That's what we have at this moment in time on our markets as a whole. That's what we're sitting on, what we're looking at, everybody. Welcome to the party, pal. We are looking at all kinds of events going on. On the interest rate front, the U.S. 10-year is shooting at 3.48. The 2-year is approaching 4. The UK 10-year 3.16. The German at 1.78. On currencies, the euro is under par at 99.69. The British pound at 113.91, under 115, under 114, now 113.91. These are the lowest prices for the pound since, I think they say 1985 or something like that. It's been a while. Not good. European delivery rivals slump after FedEx's profit warning. That is happening as well. Bed Bath & Beyond announced 56 store closures last night. There will be another 94 to come in the next few months announced. So more stores closing all over America from Bed Bath & Beyond. Let's go. What else is happening out there? Hoo-wee! Uber says it's investigating a cybersecurity incident. What does that mean? You know what that means? I know what that means. I know what that means in plain English. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. Wow. What's going on? No more New York. People are trying to flee the Empire State for warmer destinations. Article says here in Market Watch. New York has lost more residents than any other state. A new report by MoveButta, a company that calculates moving costs. They say maybe people don't love New York so much anymore. According to a new report, a site where people can calculate their moving costs, New York lost more residents than any other state between April 2020 and July 2021. Over that period, the state lost 319,000 people. New York's population as of 2020 was 20.2 million. The report also used data collected from users looking for moving options on their website between January and August, and there were about 282,000 inquiries about moving. New York is the fourth most searched state to move out of, behind New Jersey, California, and Illinois. Those are the top 4 states people are leaving: New York, New Jersey, California, and Illinois. The reasons include unemployment or underemployment, skyrocketing rents, high cost of living, high taxes, as compared to other states. People also appear to be leaving the Empire State for warmer pastures. New York to LA was the most popular search. About 20% of New Yorkers looking to move or planning to head to Florida, followed by California and Texas. Some parts of New York City are still hot, though. Rising rents and increasing pressure for workers to be in the office is driving demand for apartments in the city. There's also evidence that some people who left New York earlier in the pandemic are coming back, and some are ready to spend on real estate. Out-of-towners returning to New York, many of whom were actually returning to former residences, have more of these are former residents, have an average maximum housing budget of $1.3 million, while locals have an average of $998,000. A recent report found. Butta says that neighborhoods like in Queens, Bronx, Brooklyn all have more folks looking to leave rather than looking to move in. They also reported that 4 of the top 10 counties that saw population decline between the same period are in New York City, New York County, which is Manhattan, Kings County, Brooklyn, Bronx, and Queens. For every 100 people moving out of Jamaica on Long Island, only 27 people moved in. In the Bronx, that number was 36. Staten Island, 27. They're moving out. More moving out. Interesting. Very interesting stats there and commentary. Kind of neat to see that, isn't it? Rather interesting. All right. Where are we at here? Let me continue on with any more commentary here. Congrats, Nick, says DQ, on making some dough there. Let's go. Everyone is coming down. Everyone come on down south, says dude. Says the dude. Brexit's a very sensitive subject over here. People don't like or think to be told that they were misled. It makes them feel stupid. It's a mess. Man, it was a pretty heated campaign, and a lot of immigration undertones were utilized that really made it ugly. And unfortunately, the people that are going to pay the greatest price for this decision are the young. Those who are in their 20s and 30s, graduating from university, looking to go into full-blown careers. The obstacles in the way for the youth of the UK has been dramatic, and for many of the youth of EU to have thought about coming to the UK to work, that's out the door. There's been a lot of dreams shattered there, and or dreams that will never be realized, because it's been a number of years since this passed, and as the years go by, more and more people will forget all about it, won't even think about it anymore. But from the outside looking in, from over here in North America looking that direction, we could not believe that the UK would leave the EU. We couldn't believe it. We didn't think that they would slit their own wrists economically, because it will take a decade or two to fully feel it, and it's already becoming evident. And now with inflation going to surge, the standard of living in the UK is plummeting against other countries, and that's a fact, and it's undeniable. But hey, each country decides for itself what it wants to do, and there you go. DH, I just rolled GameStop 26 916s that expire today into 28s for 930 even money. That is a smart move, a very smart move. Beautiful job. That is making yourself richer. Beautiful. Nick, I have shorted EXPE to average it down. Nick, thanks, DQ. I hope you get a chance to get out of your misery too today. Right on. We're at 28.62 again on GameStop, at the high of the session right now. GameStop volume is 624,000, which is 155,000 pre-split, dead quiet. We're down just a couple of pennies on the day at our high of the day right now. And that is the story, and I'm sticking to it. 28.64 is the high. 28.61 is where we're at. We're unchanged on GameStop. The Dow's down 350 points. Someone's buying up GameStop. Someone is picking it up, and they're aggressively moving it. I don't know why. I don't know for what reason. I can't say. It's just being it's defying the rest of the market. It just is. And eventually someone will run out of money and can't keep doing it. But at the moment, we're at 28.61, 28.66, and that's the fact. That's the fact, Jack. That's what we got. 365 drop on the Dow now, 59 on S&P, 222 on NASDAQ. We're approaching a 2% drop on NASDAQ, 1.5 on S&P, 1.17 on the Dow. What can I say? The markets are telling me one thing. The GameStop shares are telling me another, but one of the two are wrong. I don't think the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P are wrong. I don't think those thousands of shares are incorrect. Mind you, that might only be 630 actual stocks. I bet you even the Russell 2000 is down. There's 2,000 stocks that aren't wrong. GameStop at 28.63, up 2 cents. Maybe it's wrong, but we'll see what happens. Okay. JRP, Uncle Bruce, I took your advice on avoiding assignment on GameStop. Rolled for a credit and just waiting for GameStop to tank. Go GameStop down. That is right on, buddy. That's the game. It's so simple. Way to go, Michael. Apple, go boom. Apple is 148.89 down 348. It is dropping. 371 loss on the Dow. We've been as low as about 400. We could be going lower yet. GameStop is up 3 cents. SoFi down 22. Rocket Lab down 15. HPQ down 38. AMC and Ape shares combined are down 41. ME is down 20 cents. Matterport down 12. ATIP is off 6 cents. SmartRent down 12 and Spire down 2. ATIP now is 115 and Spire is 114. There they are. Cyxtera down 11 cents. Bed Bath Beyond down 40. Tesla down 7.21. Pfizer up 55 cents. Boeing down $8. Cisco down 38 cents. Home Depot down 64 cents. Carvana down 3.40. We've got Robinhood is down 35 cents. Vanik down 260. IBM down 94. Microsoft down 280. Goldman down Goldman is down 11.62 now. Goldman down 11 to 320. Google down 140. Amazon down 547. We got selling here. Meta Platforms down 365. The Dow is approaching a 400-point drop again, 408.8. We're lower on the day on the stock. Apple now down to 148.42, dropping again. Alex, I just bought back my HPQs for 9 cents each. Stink offer in on 27s expiring 30 September. Right on, Alex, making the dough like you're supposed to. Beautiful job, buddy. GameStop, Coyote. GameStop, what's going on with the GameStop? 28.61, unchanged. The Dow off 400. GameStop unchanged. GameStop's going a little run. New story just broke that you can eat your NFTs during a recession. Feeling bullish. There you go. Yeah, we'll see about that. 28.60.61 unchanged, down a penny, just kind of hanging in. 28.67 now. I think we're at a new high on GameStop. 28.72. This is a new high on GameStop. It's got a new high of the day. And all I have is a one-day-old story. GameStop adding NFT trading cards to loyalty program. I just do not see how this is helping the corporation. Multi-billion-dollar company, not yet showing real results. I don't know. Russell 2000 down 36 points. Thank you, JR. It is off. DQ, Coyote, I read that you can burn NFTs instead of natural gas in Europe this winter. Michael, I have a 2-cent bid to buy back my SoFis. Alex, Coyote, Salty, Splair. When a SoFi goes a little lower, I can close the put that I bought yesterday with a 6.5 strike in the money, and then I have for sure enough cash to buy back my failed call on SoFi. Right on. Coyote, Alex, I'm half Cajun, so we always add salt. So there you go. 28.65, 28.74, 28.66. You tell me what it's trading at. What is GameStop really doing It's all over the map here. 28.74 would make the high of the day. As a matter of fact, 28.79 has been the high of the day. I'm showing 28.74.75 right now at this moment. A GameStop volume today, 736,000. We don't even have 200,000 pre-split going on here. There is no volume here. Very weird trading. All right. Ex-Morgan Stanley advisor pleads guilty to a $7 million fraud. Oh, my God. We're down 346 on the Dow, 350 drop on Apple to 148.87. GameStop up 13 cents right now as we're watching this. Coyote, 730,000 volume, nothing burger. And DQ thinks it's clearly because of the DRS. That's what I'm wondering. Is that what you think? I don't buy it. I don't think enough of it's been put away to really do that. But the market is what the market is, 28.74. Now I show 28.65. Hawkeye lacking funds. I am lacking funds for a full buyback on earlier GameStop options sales. If still this way later, what do you think about embracing expiration? Hawkeye, here's how you play this game. All you need is enough money to buy back one of your calls, or two, or three, or four. You can buy a partial number of them back. Then roll forward to your new contracts. If you can write a contract for next week, the week after, for more money than what your calls are costing you to buy now, you buy back these calls, sell the new calls for more cash, come back and buy another batch of old calls back, write new calls, buy and write. You just roll back and forth between the two until you've rolled them all over. You can do that one at a time or whatever it is, okay? DQ, I'm being sarcastic about this DRS, Alec, while it's quiet, I have been trying to come up with a leverage play on SoFi similar to Flint Creek's ATIP plan. Anyone have any ideas for SoFi on this same thing that was happening over here on the ATIP? Well, the problem with the SoFi ATIP plan, to compare the two, SoFi, you could buy the stock at about $1 and write 250 calls, which is 2.5 times the value of the stock if exercised by Jan 24, and receive 30 to 35, 40 cents. Using that option money to buy more stock at $1, to write more options, buy more stock, to write more options. Eventually, you have 1,400 shares for every 1,000 shares you bought on this arrangement, or 14,000 for every 10,000 shares you bought if you had that much cash. On SoFi, I don't know what you can do to buy the stock at $6.16 and write $15 calls. I mean, can you write 2.5 times the value of SoFi and get that kind of premium to buy more SoFi, to write more SoFi? That is the question, Alex. And I don't know if that's happening. I knew you would know how to claw myself out of this. Thanks, says Hawkeye. There you go. Yeah, just a couple at a time. DQ, he means ATIP for $1. Yeah, Splitter, wouldn't the ATI idea work on Spire? John, thanks, Uncle Bruce. I made $720 on GameStop in 4 days. Yeah, baby. Way to go, John Anderson. Way to make money in this market. 28.74 on GameStop? No, 28.55 on GameStop. 28.55. We're down 8 cents. So at 28.53, we're down now on GameStop. The high was 28.79. Interesting. We'll see how that plays out. Oil heading for the third straight weekly loss. We're at 85.23, up 13 cents just today, though. We're down 358 on the Dow Jones. Apple 148.88, 148.96, down 341. GameStop 28.58 to 28.62 is the market on GameStop right now. Just even, just down a couple of pennies, just hanging around at the moment. SoFi down 23 to 618. Rocket Lab down 496, down 13. HPQ down 26. We've got ME down 23, Matterport down a dime, ATIP at 119 down 2, Spire 114 down 2.5. Now, you can buy Spire and try to write January 24 $3 calls on Spire and bring some money in and then buy more stock and write more calls and buy more stuff. You might be able to do that on Spire. It's worth a look. Well done, says Coyote Splayer. Well done. Okay. Well, folks are making money here. Folks are moving around. Folks are rolling over contracts. And that's what we have to do as option writers. We roll over when we need to roll over. We buy back when we can buy back. We write new when we can write new. And we bring cash into the accounts and grow the accounts. That is what it's all about. Cisco down 19, actually recovering a little bit. Cisco was down to 42.84. It's now 43.11. This is a 27-cent recovery, down just 18 cents now on Cisco. Cisco seems to be coming up a bit right now on the market. Boeing down $6. Pfizer up 62 cents, 46.56. Right on. The Dow now showing a 264 loss, a little recovery program, probably a buying program coming in. We're down 46 on S&P, down 181 on NASDAQ. See how long this lasts and how far it can go. I do not know how this will end up working out. We shall see. Let's go. Hey, the Credit Savage. Hey, Uncle Bruce, what I've done with SoFi is I sold 40 leaps for January 24, 17 and a halves during the big pop, and I got 75 cents a share for those, and I used that money to buy more GameStop and buy back LCID, AI, and other contracts for a 90% in profits. Nicely done, buddy. You are working this beautifully. All of you will become like Credit Savage. You'll be really studying the option chains, and you're going to figure out, I can write these, use the cash to do this, use the cash to do that, and reposition and position yourself even better. You mean that with the put yesterday, thanks. I just thought it was running yesterday too fast against the other. So in the end, I directly decided for a put. Credit Savage, I will now use the profit from GameStop to buy back the SoFi leaps when there's very red days, and I'm going to make 30% or more on those. And there we go, around and around and around we go. Where the option profits stop, nobody knows, because you can make money writing options for sure. Down 275, 276 on the Dow, 0.90%, just under 1%. The NASDAQ is still down 1.6 at 183 point loss, and the S&P down 1.2 at 46 point loss. 28.67 on GameStop right now. 28.67. We're up 6 cents from what I can best tell you at this moment. Now I show it at 28.77, up 16 cents. The high of the day, 28.79. We're at the high of the day on GameStop. It's refusing to give up some ground right now, with the Dow down 281. The GameStop shares touched 28.79 for the high, and I've got them right now 28.69, just a little short of the high of the day. Z Estate, Credit Savage. How do you keep track of all this stuff? How do you? Well, if you're a full timer, it's easy. If you have a regular day job, it's not so simple. But when you're a full timer, you can make money in this option market more than just writing one call at a time. There's ways. We're down 308 again on the Dow. We're backing off a bit more. Now we're down 320, I think. GameStop 28.52, down 9 now. We've just dropped 25 cents. 27 cents drop has just come through on GameStop. Okay. HBQ down 23, Rocket Lab down 13, SoFi 616 down a quarter at the moment. Uncle Bruce, JR is saying, I just read a comment this morning on Yahoo Finance that tech stocks are inherently risky. What are your thoughts? Just-in-time business model, perhaps? Yes. But tech stocks, it depends on which ones. If you're dealing with tech stocks that run banks, tech stocks that run the back office systems for all credit card companies, not a risky business. If you're dealing with tech stocks that run the software, oh gosh, I'm just freezing out here. You like writing software to maintain the options. Running the stock markets, running the mortgage markets, running banking systems, running defense systems, there are no bad days. But they're not sexy like the hot new thing that might be out there. So, there were people calling Peloton a tech stock. because they were saying, yeah, they make bikes, exercise bikes, but really they make their money on their broadcasting and all that social media. That's a tech stock. Is it? Is it? Amazon is being compared to a tech stock, but it moves packages. People import crap from China, send it to Amazon warehouses, and distribute it on where Amazon distribution systems. Is that high tech? Well, keeping track of it all is high tech, and their cloud computing systems are high tech. Yeah, so it's kind of high tech, but is it really? So, JR, we're dealing with, in some cases, some companies are all in on one kind of high tech thing. And then there are the so-called high-tech stocks that are into everything. Some are more risky than others, I suppose. I guess. Blame it on the chip makers. There you go. Alex, got to run. See you all later for libations. Thanks, Alex. Dude, the Credit Savage of Wall Street. Have you taken all of Bruce's classes? Have you taken all of his classes? These are the questions. How many of you have taken all of my classes? Or let me know, out of 13 classes, how many classes have you folks taken out there? Would you mind letting us in on that? I'd be curious to know how many classes have my regulars taken. I know a lot of my regulars have been live for every class. A lot. They don't haven't just taken the classes; they were part of the class. I know that for a fact. But yeah, I'm just kind of curious. I'd like to know, how many classes have you guys taken of my classes so far? 13 out there. How many done? GameStop 28.54, down 7 cents at the moment. The Dow off 234. A little recovery seems to be happening over there. Let's see here. JR, I'm just missing one on credit spreads and butterfly spreads. Hector, I've taken one. Constantine, Uncle Bruce, when you can write 10 contracts, is it better to write all 10 at the same strike price, or break it down to 2, 3, or more different strike prices for more profits? It all depends on how you want to do this. By the way, Constantine has taken 4 classes. Richard, I've taken 13 to 13. I have been live for the last 2, says Zed. Karen, 2 classes. JRP, great stuff and eye-opening. Considering starting on LLC for tax purposes, we'll be talking to my CPA soon. DQ, 11 classes. DQ, live for 1 or 2. Lisa, 4 and 1 live. Mirko, 1-on-1s. I've done a 1-on-1 with this guy. Susan, 8 classes, but keep watching lesson 1 over and over and over. Laughing out loud. There you go. Splair, now it's executed, turned since yesterday, $37 into 54, bought back for 69, my SoFi call. Now it's time to chill until I can write a new call with bigger premium than $70 and more time. Credit Savage, Zed, I look at my sold covered calls and leaps. They literally tell you if you're in the plus or negative. If I'm negative on leaps, I never buy back, but if I'm positive, at least 30%, I might buy back, only to sell covered calls 10% or more on green days. How long do the live classes go? JR wants to know. When I do a live class, I can be on the air with my gang for a couple hours, 2 to 2.5. Then after the class is over, we say our goodbyes. I then send the entire class to my editor, who will take out the dead spots and clean it up. And sometimes they come in at 1:35, 35 minutes to 2 hours, 2:10. Usually they're usually 10, 20 minutes, 30 minutes shorter by the time we get them all done. Christina, 5 classes. 2 I was part of, or was it 3? 1-on-1 so far. Bobby, 2 hours. Beach Boy, all of them plus 1-on-1s worth every shekel and every dollar. DQ, 1-on-1 with Mr. B. JRP, Beach Boy, ditto, rock and roll. Worth it. Yeah, it's great. I mean, some of you have watched a few of the classes, but have done 1-on-1s with me. Some of you are finding that the 1-on-1s are way more effective for you than for what you're after, to understand what you want to do, than taking the classes. Some of you are doing the classes, in binge watching modes. You'll do 2 or 3, then 2 or 3, and 2 or 3. Others, you've done it all. You've done all the classes, and you're doing one-on-ones with me, and we go over the changing market and the changing environment all the time to stay on top of what's been happening. And absolutely worth it. Yeah, I find it very helpful because it helps me when I do one-on-ones with you guys. It helps me understand what the obstacles are that you're facing, what you're not getting, and sometimes you can't. You're having trouble telling me by typing in the question what you want me to know. So with a one-on-one, we can instantly get to the problem. We can get right down to what the issue is and find a solution, and it's much faster. And I might be able to throw you 5 ideas of how to solve your problem. And there might be 5 partial solutions, not one. And then you'll decide, okay, of the 5, I think this is the way to go for now. And then I can always shift over here if I need to. It definitely works out. Andrew, I have purchased 2. I was able to attend one and watch the other one. I've watched the rollover class too many times to count. Credit, I've seen 8 classes and rewatch old Uncle Bruce footage. It's amazing how much we've all learned here. Ex Birdie, Coyote, Bama, Babe, Beach Boy, DQ, and others used to ask amateur questions, and now they are asking expert questions. I get that too. The conversations that I have with you now on this channel with many of you has risen dramatically, exponentially. And it's exciting for me when I have one-on-ones with some of you guys, what we talk about one-on-ones versus what we talked about a year ago. It's completely different, and it is really graduate. And all of you can do exactly the same thing. The classes are perfect for you to pick up the basics and get the terminology figured out. And you may want to just go back in time and watch a 6-month-old live session and look at the questions being asked by the folks there at the time and see how we responded to them, and then move forward. It is dramatic. It's been a dramatic change, no question. JRP, wondering if the market will tank as people want to get out of stock positions today for the weekend. That's a good point too. I noticed Uncle Bruce's library of stuff on YouTube today. I'll be checking that out soon. Granted Savage, the great thing about the classes is that if you have any questions, you can always ask Bruce in here. Best money spent ever. That's right. Take your class. And if you got a question about the class, I'm on the air Monday. If you watch the class on Saturday or Sunday, I'm here on Monday. Or you can send me a private email. You can always do that, and I'll try to help you. Ron Williams classes 1 and 2 over and over again and again. DQ, the Credit Savage of Wall Street. I am no expert. WD took 4 classes. Splair, I have to agree with the credit. Z Estate, I have watched some past shows and noticed the older shows lasted hours. 7 hours was one show. Those are the early few days and week or two we got going, and there was so much for me to catch you guys up on some of the basic questions of what's a bid, what's a marker order, what's a limit order, all this sort of stuff. We went over some really basic stuff a year plus ago. We've come a long way, haven't we? 28.53 on GameStop, down 8 cents. The market is down 254 right now on the Dow. Dude, okay. You've convinced me. I'm going to get a class this week. Thanks for everyone checking into Rock and Roll Dude. Christina, well, I'll admit it here. I cheated. Uncle Bruce accidentally sent me a class that I didn't buy, thinking it was the class I attended. I'm a winner. Do you remember that? I do remember that. I am not perfect. DQ, other than one-on-one, the best way to ask a question and get a detailed answer is to become a Gold Bagel member and ask it on the Wednesday night prime time show. Yeah, for $25 a month, give or take, depending on where you live, you get the trade alert shows every morning, and then Wednesday night prime time. That's as close to a one-on-one without having to pay me $400 for an hour of my time. That's a deal. It is a deal. Splair, I'm only still missing the bagels and Yoko hours. You got catching up to do there, I guess. All right, there you have it. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Yep, what can I say? Welcome one, welcome all. to the show and to the fun. With Credit Savage, you guys have to understand that this is a lifestyle now. Notice on red days, most folks get angry, but the bagel gang over here, we're happy. We're always making money, and that's the best metric I can think of. Dude, I had COVID during the GameStop initial run, and Uncle Bruce kept me company while I was isolating. I feel like I've already learned so much. Thank you, Uncle B. You got it, dude. JR, one thing that the classes helped me do is to think backwards when writing options. Once I got my head around that, the rest is easy, and it makes so much sense. I get blank stares from people when I try to explain this writing options idea. I'm just an asset manager. Yeah, you're just an asset manager right now. That's it. Susan shops about. How many folks are watching Bruce on YouTube TV? Laugh out loud. High definition Bruce. DQ for $1,000 US. Bruce will finger gun dance to Yoko Ono songs. I'm just saying. I mean, for $1,000, he'll do it. Oops, shade, smiles, financial mischief. The closest thing I can find right now on SoFi to compare to ATIP, I did a 620 for easy math. For every 500 shares at 620 or less, January 25, $12 will net you an additional 100 shares. That's how you can do it. So 500, you buy, you write 5 calls, you can buy another 100 shares if you write the January 2025 $12 contracts. There you go. Just a bit pricey, says financial. Yeah. Zed sold 8 GameStop, strike 30 calls, expiring September 23rd. I got $850 in premiums. That's a conservative approach. Yes, writing $30 calls on a 2841 stock with 14 days to go. Nice move. Nice move. Nothing wrong with this. Nothing. There's nothing wrong with it. 28.38 on GameStop. We're down 24 cents, kids. We're backing off again from this run to 28.79. I think that was the high of the day. Yep, 28.79. We're at 28.38 to 42 right now. Dow's off 252. S&P down 44.9. NASDAQ down 178. Oil is up $1 at the moment. JR, DQ, oh, that would be so worth it. We've seen him snort coffee already, so the dancing would be icing on the cake. I love that lifestyle, says Blair. The Credit Savage, 1. At the end of the day, you're going to have to do the work. There's no magic pill. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme, but if you take your time, take the classes, stick around in a year, you will make money. DQ, JRP, it has happened. I'm sure someone here can tell us which date that afternoon show was. Yes, there was a day where I had the Yoko Ono album in my hand that Larry Titus sent me with FedEx, by the way. I think it was FedEx. And I had the thing in my hand. And people said, don't play it, don't play it. So I said, if you send me $200, I won't play it. So they sent me $200 in super chats not to play the Yoko album. The next day, I'm holding the Yoko album, and they're saying, play it, play it. And I said, you want me to play this? You got to send me $1,000. All of you guys, you got to send me $1,000 on super chats. I'll keep track of the donations on a piece of paper. And as soon as we hit 1,000 donation, I'll play it. Within an hour or 40 minutes, $1,000 came in. I had to play Yoko. So the first song started going. It had a beat to it. Got up off my chair, started dancing to it. Well, for $1,000, sometimes you'll do things. Saving up on the sideline to purchase Poor Man cover calls after the ideas from the last prime time show. DQ, $1,000 in donations got us Yoko and dancing. AZ, oh boy, here we go again, laughing out loud. Dude, I was there for Yoko. I was there. What's happening? Oh, man. And then, of course, I was saying to people, if I don't get thumbs ups, I'm going to put that Yoko album on. And people would throw the thumbs ups on right away. Please don't play it. Please don't. Here's my thumbs up. You got to do what you got to do, JRP, yes or no? Yes, no, Yoko. Oh, album. would you make it would make my skin crawl as a musician. It would be like fingernails on a chalkboard. Coyote, none of us were brave enough to admit we were loving the music, and all of us used our covered call profits to buy ourselves a copy. Credit Savage. Number 2, that's the name of the game. Whether green or red days, you'll make money and have the possibility to create generational wealth. Even my wife trades now. Selling covered calls is a very conservative strategy. DQ wants Alexa to play Yoko. Larry, I caused that. I did it. Zed, oh my God, I was there before I became a member, and I was like, what the hell is he doing? Credits, Uncle Bruce, remember the days when we would give you donations to turn off Yoko? Oh, that was awesome. Those are good times. Yes, indeed. You changed our lifestyle, I'll tell you that. Jen and I are better off because of it. Thank you, Yoko and Larry Titus and everybody else. Yoko's album is in storage in my storage unit in this city with the record player, and I'm sure that the box that the Yoko album is in, that cardboard box has blackened on the outside, bit by bit by bit, just like in the Indiana Jones movie, where the search for the Holy Grail ended up in that box, and it started to get black on the outside from the heat. Yeah, I'm sure that's what's happening. I'm sure. Yes, I saw him dancing. I've never been the same since in Silica. I've never been the same. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yes. Thumbs up number 189. I did not forget. We're almost at 200 thumbs ups, aren't we? We're getting close to the 2-hour mark, though. I've really had to beg today for thumbs up. So 190 are in. I need 10 more, guys. Are there 10 thumbs ups available to get us to 200 today? Is that possible? Would be great if you guys could help us out with 10 more thumbs ups. Get me to 100 and get me to 200 from 190 right now. We're at 191 now. 9 needed to get to 200. Can you help us get through there? 28.48 on GameStop, down 13 cents. 9 more thumbs ups. We need 9 more. Now we need 4 or 5 more. We're at 195. I need 5 more. At 197. I need 3 more. Thank you, guys. Alberto, thanks, Uncle Bruce. The bid hit and a donation came in on PayPal. Thank you, my friend. Way to go. That must have been a good one. Thank you, my friend, for that donation. That is awesome sauce stuff. Boom chakalaka. Boom chakalaka. Boom chakalaka. Thanks, Uncle. Here's your cut of my profit. Thank you, my friend. I love it when you make money in the market. I love it a lot. Beautiful, kids. Keep it going, everybody. We have now got 206 thumbs ups. Thank you very much, everybody, so much. I'm going to pop up some of these knee emojis in celebration of 207 now thumbs ups. Here they come. Guys, you are awesome. Thank you so much for the neat everything. Here's 208 thumbs ups. Some more comments coming in. That Nazi insignia blackened. Thank you, Uncle. That bid hit. DQ, I am 3 of the 200. Boo, are you here? Nick wants to know. Karim, remember the $25 promo mentions? Yes, I used to do those. Credit Savage, by learning Uncle Bruce's strategies, I was able to leave my job and become a house husband. I do work sometimes, but I ask for 200% more money and leave when the job is done. I traded while on the beach in Hawaii. True story. Olivia, thank you. She's laughing. Zed, here come the knee emoji splatter. Here they come. Larry, remember to go back and visit M Lady. Make sure her needs are tended to. She grows stronger with more people. When more people hear her. I'm not sure what he's mentioning on that. Thank you, everybody. Knee emojis are popping up all over. Thank you all so much. And thanks for getting me over 200 thumbs ups again today, guys. Appreciate it. We're down 222 on the Dow. We're down 287 on the Apple shares. GameStop at 28.37 now. We're down 24 cents. SoFi 618 down 23. Richard Carlin, neat. Dude, neat emojis everywhere. Thank you all. Rocket Lab 501 down 9. HPQ is green. It is now 26.98, up 3. Europe just closed. Sell my house in Upper Marlboro. How did they end over there, Larry? I mean, Yoko, she's lovely in that strange unit. There you go. She's lonely in that strange unit. DQ, Larry has a fever, and the only cure is more Yoko. DH, neat emojis. Over on the markets, over on Europe, let's take a look at European closes. Down a quarter of a point, or coming into a quarter of a point lower on FTSE. Quarter of 1%. The DAX, Germany down 1.4. France down 1%. Other indexes down 1% or more at this point over in Europe. So they're all in the red over there. The U.S. is down 0.68 on the Dow, 0.93 on S&P, and 1.2 on NASDAQ. Oil is up 76 cents at the moment. Interesting. All right. Where are we here on commentary? Let's go back over here. I think he was meaning Yoko's. Karen, I rolled over my GameStop cover call 25s for 30s, 3 weeks out, but it cost me money. Splair, DQ, that's it. Let's go. Cowbell says DQ. Dude, how quickly Bruce forgets Our Lady of Screeching and Yowling, Larry. Susan, Credit Savage, I don't want to be rude, but curious, how much money did you start with? And what are you roughly working with now? I would love to make this a full-time job myself. Credit. Also, don't try to explain to people covered calls, because people will look at you like you are crazy when you explain. You can make money by selling an imaginary contract for twice the price your stock is in 6 months. They don't get it. DQ, I love this forum. I get to make people laugh around the world. There you go. 28.46 on GameStop, 28.44, down 206 on the Dow. JJ sitting on 400 SoFi shares, waiting for a pop to write January 25 12s. I want to write those calls. Lather, rinse, and repeat. Spicy, neat. There you go, right there. Thank you, everybody. Oh, man. Down 202 on the Dow Jones. We've been down 400 or so today. The low was 30,550. We're at 30,750, 200-point recovery. We've got GameStop at 28.45. We're down 16 cents on 1,098,000. Just over 250,000 pre-split volume. Very quiet. Apple has clawed its way back to 150 a share from the low of 148.37. We'll see if that lasts. Rocket Lab at 501. HPQ at 2702, up 8 cents. The AMCs are still down 50 combined. ME down 17. Matterport down a penny. It's climbing back. ATIP is off 3. SmartRent is coming back, still down 6.5 cents, but it's coming back up. Spire's up a half a penny. Cyxtera is down only 3 cents. It's coming back at 5.02. Bed Bath & Beyond down 27 cents. It's climbing a bit, but it's off still on the day. Tesla down 5.89. Pfizer up a dime, but it's slipping a bit. Boeing down 5.65, a little recovery, but it's still down. Cisco down 23 cents at 43.06. Twitter down 49. Home Depot down up $3. Home Depot 274. It was $300 last week. Carvana down 250. Robinhood down 38. Vanik is up 32 cents to 203. It got down to 200 today. IBM down 81 cents. Microsoft down 170. Goldman down 740 a share. Google down 11. Amazon down 371. They're both recovering. Meta down 204, coming back. Royal Caribbean up 2 pennies to 50.86 right now. There you have it. That's what I see going on. 180-point drop on the Dow. And the GameStop is 28.52, down 9. That's what we got right there. Splair TV, probably most people here invest 300 to 3,000 into 100 and 1,000 shares of GameStop before it went to the moon. Am I right? Alberto Tio, I'm almost to the point of quitting my day job. BPCY has made a donation of £2, 2 British pounds. Brexit, a lot of issues between rich South and poor North. Yes, sir. You got it. That's exactly right. The Credit Savage, thank you for that, by the way. Thank Credit Savage. Susan, not rude at all, started with $5,000. and I've pumped 150 thou into the market, and my portfolio is 120, but I've taken a lot of profits, and I have way more shares than I thought I'd have. I want more now. So still climbing. A lot of income has come out of there on top of everything else. Constantine, still learning my way around while I am waiting, while I am writing, but it sounds sweet to make this full time and not have to go to a job. The Credit Savage. The thing is, 120 grand may not seem like much, but if I make 10% of that every 2 months, rinse and repeat, that's 60,000 a year. Now my wife trades too, and we save a ton in childcare because he's at home. They don't pay that money out. Thousands of dollars a month in childcare costs have been eliminated. What a change. Splair, just a short question. When I write a $6 SoFi call for November 18th, and it's in 3 weeks still near $6 before the next earnings, it would lose in value and make me richer due to the time. Yes, you are right. That is likely to happen. The contract will slip in value from time premium depreciation. That is correct, sir. JRP, Credit Savage, sweet deal, man. Sweet deal. There are people here who are self-employed with not even $50,000 in the market in total asset value. People have started to buy deep in the money calls instead of stock, and they're writing way more contracts because of it. That's a big difference as well. So you can think about that. If you can buy the stock of GameStop at $28.47, or you can buy contracts for about $2,500 each, or $2,000 each, or $1,500 each. I mean, if you can buy them for that low, $1,500, you can buy 2 covered calls or 2 deep in the money calls for every 100 shares. So, well, that's doubling your option rate. And if you can buy 1,000 shares for 28,000, or 20 contracts for 28,000, you're writing 20 contracts instead of 10 contracts at a time. This adds up every 10, 12, 15 days. This is a lot of money. This is self-employment coming at you quick. Definitely. Obviously, you can do the same on HPQs. You can probably buy $500, $600 contracts and write against those instead of $1,500 contracts. Now you're writing a higher number of contracts, depending on how much money you put into it. Yeah, interesting stuff, kids. Interesting stuff. 28.35 now. GameStop, we're down 26 cents. We're dropping again. The Dow is down 197 at the moment right now. Okay. Splair, credit, that money's completely enough at a 10% gain. And thanks, Uncle Bruce. I think I choose probably that one instead of the 28 October. In both ways, I should end up flat on calls before earnings. Bobby, I need that Uncle Bruce shirt for $1,000. You'll do stuff. Credit Savage, it's not bad. Also, I take money from covered calls and put that money into the principal of my mortgage. And 30 grand now has saved me 80 grand in 30 years, looking to pay off the house in 10 years. How about that? JRP, 10 grand, 10K years. Wow, that's a long mortgage period. 10,000 years. There you go. Chris Evers. I mean, 10 years, laugh out loud, not 10,000 years. Yes, of course. Splair, I would buy one with Bobby instantly, I guess. There you go. 28.27 now on GameStop, dropping again. 28.27, 28.29 here. 208, 214 gain, 214 drop on the Dow. We're backing off again on the Dow. A headline on Barron's: FedEx has a message on the economy. Wall Street hates it. Yeah, Wall Street is waking up to some bitter reality news, and he doesn't like it at all. Wow, what can I say? All righty, Shiz, Splair, SoFi's earnings come out a week after that, after the last earnings. I'm not going to have any low strike short calls out when they release earnings again. No way. There you go. 205-point drop on the Dow, 150 on Apple, down 232, 28.33 now on GameStop, 28.32, down 28 cents. SoFi 620, down 20. Rocket Lab is recovering, 508, down 3. HPQ has turned green, 27.04, up a dime. That's what's going on right there. Okay. Financial mischief. I've been fairly aggressive with my trading on SoFi. When I finish exiting the in the money option, I used to get the position I hold. The value of my account will jump up by 50 grand if SoFi is still at these levels. Very interesting. Very interesting. SoFi is 620 down 20 cents. People are writing sevens, 7.5s, that kind of thing. That's what's going on. Let's go. Beach Boy, Uncle Bruce, here is a donation for you, 30 shekels. Just a thank you for helping me learn options with an incredible income stream, and most importantly, taking control of my time to be able to be with my loved ones. You are awesome, Uncle B. Thank you, Beach Boy. You're pretty good yourself, buddy. Well done. You've come a long way from the very beginning to where you are now, and it is paying off handsomely. I love it. Credit Savage. The trick is not to get desperate, and Uncle Bruce teaches us patience. Everyone's portfolios are down, but if you keep adding shares and averaging down, you'll make a killing in 5 years. Have a long-term goal. Splair, that's my idea too. I want between 20 and October earnings, no calls. And I think Matterport was before SoFi. My plan is to sell 100 stocks stupidly high, right on the others, and then buy a higher stock. Well, we'll see how it all works out. Splair, one step at a time, my friend. One step at a time. We're down 210 on the Dow now. And we've got a 28.34 GameStop trade down 27 cents so far at this moment. Credit Savage, if you get to the point where you have 10,000 shares of any stock when the market is healthy again, and that stock jumps $1 a day, you'll make 10 grand a day for every dollar it goes up. That's not bad. Exactly right. Moves on SoFi on this channel now. If SoFi goes up $1 in a day or two, this channel's values skyrocket. I mean, we have got so many shares of this. Same on ATIP and Matterport and ME. These guys go higher. You guys get substantially richer, and it excites me to no end. Dude, I had 2 $6 cover calls executed just before earnings. I was able to buy back, though, after it dipped, lowered my cost average. Splair, I think 1 week was Matterport, the other SoFi, so there will be enough time for a healthy step-by-step move. Deuce Caboose, is now the time to buy 1,500 Rocket Lab? Well, at 507, after having given up so much ground in the last little while, unbelievable. A month ago, 3 months ago, in the last 3 months, we were at, 710? August 12th, a month ago. It's just unbelievable, just ridiculous. 222 dip on the Dow. Apple 149 again, 149.61 under 150. GameStop 28.33 down 28. SoFi 616 and Rocket Lab 508 right now is where we're at. There's some deals out there, bargoons as we like to say. HPQ up 6, AMC still down 60 combined. ME down 20. Matterport is up 4 cents to 414. ATIP down 3. SmartRent down 9. Spire up a penny. Sixtero down 7 cents. Tesla down 5.50. Pfizer's up 15. Boeing down 5.30. Cisco down 28 to 43.01. We got a 230 gain on Home Depot at the moment. So we're trying a few stocks here, but we do have a negative 218 market overall so far, everybody. Thank you all for being here, hanging out with yours truly. 2 hours, 12 minutes. Got to say my goodbyes right now and say, look, I'm going to see you at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Credit Savage. Yeah, Bunkers, I forgot to tell you that SmartRent presented at the Goldman Sachs event I attended, and they are in a very good position. People are renting a lot more, and the outlook is great. Credit Savage, a wife added 600 more SmartRent shares to her portfolio. She knows. Yeah, that SmartRent company, they're going to do really well. 278 a share. My God. What a deal. They're sitting on hundreds of millions of dollars in cash. Hundreds of millions. It's unbelievable. Last 3 months, they've come from 550, 570 to 278. Ridiculous. All-time low, 265. That was hit just recently. All-time low. This company is just a winner, and unknown by the market at the moment. Unknown. Will not be forever, but at the moment not known like other stocks are now. A 239 point drop on the Dow right now, guys. Splair, I'm wishing you all a successful day. DQ, thanks, Uncle Bruce. We'll see you later, gang. Deuce caboose. Beers on Michael later. JRP wrote some calls on FDX this morning, hoping for a dump by the end of the day. 170 contracts at 605. They're already down to 518. It's like Yoko was playing. It's awesome. This is great. Christina, help me. Uncle Bruce, math, GameStop, January 2025, $5 strike bid. 222.75 to 24. GameStop, January 2024, strike bid 23 to 24. Why would I not buy the 2025s and sell the 2024s? It will give me a free year. What are your thoughts? Yes, if you can make the move, if you can get the deal done. But remember, you gotta sell one and buy the other, and there's a difference between your bid and ask. So you got to be careful on your spread. This is probably not a one-day problem. This is probably an opportunity you're going to have for weeks. So time it and keep an eye on it. But remember, a $5 strike saves you $5 buying the stock over buying the stock. If you can do a 10, or a 15 might be way cheaper, and you can get more of them. You can buy more 15s than you can 5s, write more calls overall. But again, Christina, I see what you're saying here. I'm with you, but the stink offer, stink bid game is going to have to come into play here for you to make this work. Financial, I have a stink bid in for 10 more of those $4 leaps I've been picking up. If and when I hit it, my long position on SoFi will be 13,500 and 100 leaps. Nice going. You're going to be writing 235 contracts. Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. When that day comes, oh my gosh. DQ Rogers, that says Deuce. JRP, oh wow, if you sing like Yoko now, that's well worth a $1,000 donation. JJ, Uncle Bruce, thoughts on SoFi calendar trade by January 25, $4 strikes, 84 delta, bid ask 350 to 380. Right, Jan 24, $4 strike, bid ask is 305, 315. What do you think about that? Calendar trade, buy the 25, Jan 25s, 380, right the 24 fours at 315. Yeah. I see what you're doing. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. And buying those fours for that price, you are paying $750. They're in the money, $215, and you're paying a lot more in 90-20. Might be too much shrinkage on the long. I'm not sure about this. Christina says, okay, I'll let you know what trouble I get into right on financial. I'm okay with a 20,000 plus on a $1 move. Oh yeah, no kidding, buddy. The day that SoFi moves to $15 a share is when I have some serious valued clients here. I mean, clients with some serious values and climbing dramatically. It's going to be fun. Splair, wait for earnings and then buy a call. That's so long out, I would say. We'll see. Okay, guys, I'll see you at 3 o'clock this afternoon. We'll keep an eye on everything. 28.23, 28.22 on GameStop, down 39 cents. Let's see what it does, and we'll catch you this afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern for the final hour. And thank you all for being here. Thank you for the 215 thumbs ups already, plus all of you on reruns throwing thumbs ups our way. I thank you very much. Okay, guys, I'll catch you this aft, and we'll see you in a little bit. Thank you guys for all these. Have a good one. I'll catch you this aft at 3. Bye for now.